Welcome to another episode of Cuse Connections. I'm Michelle Knezovic, signing in from Saratoga, New York, and today I have with me Josie Kiesel from the Syracuse rowing team. And Josie, you are actually signing in from Syracuse. So first off, how are you doing?
Thank you. It's good to see you, Michelle. I'm in my house still off campus in Syracuse because I'm originally from Germany. And when everything kind of shut down, I made the decision to just stay here and finish the semester on campus because, might as well. And traveling is kind of restricted right now, and it was just the easy option. I miss everything, but doing well so far.
And for you, it's not as easy as just hopping in the car and driving home. But since you have been in Syracuse, I know you said a lot of your teammates have also decided to stay and finish out the semester. What have you guys been doing, to pass time a little bit?
So luckily, one of our coaches made it possible for us to take home a bike and an erg, and at least you can still leave the house for working out and going on runs. So we've been kind of doing that whenever you get a bit of cabin fever and you don't want to stay in your house anymore. And besides that, I just finished my classes 2 days ago. So up until then, I still had to do a lot of schoolwork and stayed busy with that, just completing my projects and stuff. But yeah, it was actually really fun because I'm here in the house with 3 of my roommates. So we just kind of have been hanging out and actually enjoying having time together because we never really get to just hang out and chill, watch Netflix. We've been doing challenges. We've been doing souffle bake-offs and banana bread bake-offs, which we never have time for otherwise. So kind of nice.
Yeah, because usually you'd be in the full swing of your season. We talked a little bit before this when all this started happening around spring break. Where were you and what happened? You found out it was a roller coaster of things getting canceled and then not getting canceled. What did your coach tell you and how did you guys decide to move forward? Even though you're not having a season, but, just staying in touch and working out and still staying in shape for next year.
So for rowing, it was right about when our season was going to start, when Corona basically canceled everything happening in sports. And it was right before spring break when we also found out we wouldn't even go on our training camp. Normally we go to Clemson during spring break and have the season opener after that training camp. So that didn't happen. And we essentially just had a team meeting a couple of days after, and our coach officially told us we wouldn't have a season at all. We wouldn't get to race with the people that are currently on the team because our seniors weren't sure if they could come back. And it was basically just a whirlwind of, events happening. One day you find out, you're not going on spring break. The next day you're finding out you're not even racing at all. And that was tough to hear. But now we've all kind of figured out a way to stay connected. We have weekly Zoom calls. Our coaches have been really good just figuring out, catching up with us, what you can do to work out on your own, even though you're not together. We have all these apps that they tried out. So even one of them is called Flipgrid, where you send little videos of, what you're doing, what you're up to. And there's weekly questions that the coaches want to know about. So they've been really getting creative to get us all to connect. So it was kind of nice.
And it's kind of nice that we do have all this technology because you guys can stay connected, because you did say some of your teammates have decided to go home, but a couple of your roommates are here. And fortunately, you do have your senior season to look forward to. What is maybe one thing you're looking forward to once you are able to get back with your team and at Syracuse and gear up for that senior season of yours, Josie?
I'm really happy I'm not a senior yet, so I actually do get to come back and be able to be in a boat with everybody again. That's probably the thing I miss most, because we have long winters in Syracuse, so we were just about to get back on the water, which is why I do the sport. So just being able to be back at the boathouse, hanging out with my girls. We always joke around before and after practices. We have music and have dance-offs, and that's honestly what I'm looking forward to most, just being back there, seeing everybody, catching up with people, and doing what we love together. So.
Oh, I thought you froze for a second. I was like, oh, back there. So your senior season will be coming up, and you told me you're studying sports management, and you also got a chance to work in the athletic department this year. Is that something you're also looking forward to next year once you get back to Syracuse? Maybe a career in sports, not necessarily maybe rowing forever, but also transitioning into a career in sports?
Definitely. I mean, sports in general are just amazing. So I would love to work in sports eventually. Rowing is not necessarily a sport that you can go pro. So I kind of always knew that I would just have my college career and then afterwards transition into something different. But it was actually amazing to be working at the SU Athletic Communications office because I get to go to the game days and I get to see and learn about other sports. So even like basketball, being able to just like learn about the sport itself, I had never really like done that before. So I'm definitely going back in full, and I would love to work with communications again and maybe even work the football games because I think that would be cool to learn more about football since I'm German and I don't really know much about it because it's not a sport in Germany. So I'm excited for that, and I don't really know yet where I'm going to end up in since sports management is a very broad major.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm going to end up in communications or, there's so many different opportunities. So we'll see.
It's nice because there's so many different ways you can go with it, and hopefully you'll get back in the dome, in a packed dome, and a football game in the fall. But what about, I know your family is in Germany right now. Do you ever have any plans of maybe trying to go back there and visit, or do you think you're going to be in Syracuse for the rest of the summer, or it's kind of up in the air for you right now?
I'm right now waiting to see if the airports are going to open back up again in Germany so I can figure out whether I'm going to fly back home or not. Because originally I was going to stay in America over the summer and do an internship. That is now not happening anymore because it's on hold because it was also in sports. But I'm hoping to be flying back home soon and then seeing my family just because nothing really holds me in Syracuse and everybody's going home also. So I would like to also go home, but it kind of depends on the flights and if airports are opening up. But that's probably going to be the next couple of weeks that I figure this out. So,
well, at least you have a couple of roommates there. You guys can continue your cook-off. So who in your house has won the souffle cook-offs, Josie?
it was not me. I have to admit, so I'm more of a cooking person. I don't really bake much, just because you have to be so specific and like it's analytical. So my roommate Christy, who literally hyper-analyzed everything and read all these different like tips, won the cookout because she took like 3 hours and looked up like how to cut it off and how to like rim like the outside. I don't even know. It's crazy. So she won it, and she has no restrictions. So she just made it like normal, like souffle, like with eggs and just everything how you would do it. And I'm gluten free, so I had restrictions. And my other roommate, is vegan, so we kind of had to figure our way out while she just could the normal recipe.
So are you going to be doing any more cooking challenges? Maybe something you know how to cook better?
I don't know yet. We haven't really talked about that, but we're also leaving possibly 2 weeks from now to go to Philadelphia. So that's something we're figuring out because my other roommate's from there. So we haven't really figured out any new cookouts, but if you have suggestions, we're open for it. So.
Yeah, right. If anybody has suggestions, they can comment and be like, Josie, we want to see you make this. But what about maybe one thing you're looking forward to after quarantine and when things start to settle down a little bit? What's maybe one thing you want to do, Josie?
I want to go back to coffee shops. And that's honestly my favorite thing to do, to go and like hang out there, like see people on campus. There's what is it called? Is it Kubal? Yeah, it's Coffee Kubal. I always mix this up with recess. We also go to recess. And just seeing people there and like catching up and spending like hour after hour there, like drinking like 5 coffees. That's like honestly my favorite thing to do. I'm happy once everything's over that we can finally do that again.
And hopefully Coffee Kubal will open up soon, and hopefully soon we'll be able to see you back in a Syracuse jersey and back on the water. But Josie, thanks so much for hopping on here and taking the time today.
Of course. No, it was good to see you.